Young Satoshi. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Dragonchain, 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 Dragonchain. Mine 10 blocks on the blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These dragons selling like they hotcakes. We go to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, Dragonchain, Dragonchain, Dragonchain. Dragonchain, 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 Dragonchain. Mine 10 blocks on the blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These dragons selling like they hotcakes. We going to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, Dragonchain, Dragonchain, Dragonchain. My ETH costs more than your rent. I spend my life savings get a 10. Dragons get the hottest coming next. Me and Joe Rose make a bet. All this shit seem new to me. Fix a blockchain with security. Keeping data safe is the fluency. How could you not fuck with the company?
All right, welcome, Dragon family and friends. This is Super Happy Dragon Lucky Dragonchain Update Show. This is episode 1x166. That is the 359th episode. It is 0x166, 359 episodes, over 6 years of weekly AMA. Reminder, nothing on the show is financial advice. Stay tuned after the updates for the AMA. So first up, let's go to, let me move that out of the way. Sorry. Dragonchain updates. And gosh, it's so funny. I did not click on the loop. Anyway, whatever. Anyway. So let's see here. Nothing on the show is financial advice. As a reminder, stay tuned after the updates for the AMA. And first on Dragonchain updates, we have Super Happy Dragon Lucky update with 570 ownership tokens lot that were released from last week. There were 3 questions for 95 lot. The host received 95 lot, and Dragonchain received 190 lot. And on the update on the the big project with the Dragonchain rolling back out, we have there's a lot going on in the background. We're trying to get a couple of things wrapped up, and we're actually trying to define a few things that will matter. With like say how much time you have, Dragon time, and how it is treated with the this new tokenization that we're expecting to do. So keep watching. Make sure you're following Dragonchain on all the socials. Make sure you like and subscribe this here and everything else, because we're getting closer to being able to do it. And I think I at least I did get to look at the questions. There was at least one question, so I'll wait until then, related to the new network deploy and everything else. So there's a lot to do there. If you're running a verification node, pay attention, because hopefully we'll be able to roll out soon the all of the verification node infrastructure. So you'll be able to come in and refresh your box and do whatever else you need to do. Let's see here. Next, we go to DenDAO updates, and we will say, okay, there was no DenDAO meeting, it appears. Let's see if I have a comment on that. Yes, nope, no comment on it right now. So I believe we'll hear from William, but I believe there was no DenDAO meeting this week. And speaking of Den, I want to get everyone to start thinking about, and we'll have a vote, of course, but I want to at least spin off a new platform, which is itself a using a lot of the Den infrastructure, but with a complete repurposing, I guess, where it would be the purely for governance. So a group, a company, a club, a neighborhood, a group of friends, whatever, would have a way to govern whatever they're doing. Usually it could be a project, be an open source project, for example. I think there might even be some really cool tools that can be plugged into some of those things. But one way or another, use Den in that way where we can actually monetize it and it can pay its own bills. So that's what we need to do. That's what we will try to do. And I'll make a proposal soon. I don't know how soon, but when I'm ready to get it built out, of course. So there you go. And let's see here. Next, we go to World Blockchain Roundtable updates, where, in case you missed it, last week's episode was 17 years of Bitcoin. What have we learned? What we have learned. Go watch and share it. More views it gets the first week, the more lot all the participants will get. And this week, today, in fact, because I'm actually recording this, or this is going out live, that it will be episode number 265, and it is on the blockchain against war, which is a very interesting subject, right? That it could be. Let me make sure that the episode numbers are right. I guess I don't have the episode up there. So anyway, episode 265 is, I think, correct. And it is the blockchain against war. Let's see if there are any questions. You have some time now to get, oh, the Day Rocks. I miss Day Rocks. Let's see here. Will the adoption of blockchain help end wars? Yeah. So, and a bunch from William. So all good. Okay. And let's see here. That will be airing at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. So that's like 51 minutes from now. So be ready for that. And Meme Asylum is next. Let's see. So let's look and see in the app. I think, okay. The light mode looks like it's off-white, which is cool. It is, isn't it? Unless my monitor's flaking out. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. 2.2 billion ECT have been burned. There's just under 8 hours left in the voting phase of the cycle number 8, right? So if you go in there, let's see who's, Goys R Us is in the lead with 888 million ECT. Wow, that's crazy. So anyway, so it is ahead by like 40, 30, 35, something like that, million ECT. So you could go in there and change the results if you wanted, right? And let's see here. Let's look at all coins. 7 cycles so far, 7 tokens launched, 8 billion burned. Wow. So Fumbler, 6.3 billion. There's only 3. Wow. Only half has been burned down. Almost. It's still at a 1x. Gaslighting still at a 1x. Just under half burned. Doomcoin has that already got a 4x. People needed some ECT apparently. Chicken Swinger, it's at a 4x. So that, what is that? 50, 75? Is that right? 87, something like that. Burned. It's crazy. Only 134 million remain. And a lot of that's in the liquidity pool locked, right? So it's going to be hard to get that down to a higher burn number. So, okay, let's see here. Okay. Anyway, very good stuff. Moving forward on that. And I think we also want to mention, let's see here in the comments. Let's see here. I swear I saw, maybe I saw it in the AMA. That's where it was. I saw one in the AMA about it. NFTs coming up. NFTs with character, asylum themed character cards, essentially all different backgrounds. I don't know if we're already seeing how many characters there are. We probably are, but if we aren't, I'm not going to say. But they will be continually added to and removed. So there might be more rarity than you might expect, because after a few seasons, some of the characters might be pulled. Some of the individual artwork might be pulled. So it'll be a very interesting thing. And we're getting in place like all of the wiring up everything to get the payments working, to get the spawning working, to integrate with Dracaria's systems for the entropy, the randomness, so everything will be provable. And then the games. And there's already one game of Meme Asylum. If you are watching the World Cup And mostly I am not. Like at a restaurant, I see it, right? And I'm paying attention to a couple just as they are interesting. But yeah, I'm not a sports ball guy anyway. So, but I have an entry in. So you should go in there, and if you haven't, if you didn't put in your guesses, they aren't bets, your predictions already. The first pool is locked out. You have to wait until all the games, and then you do the next pool. And there's millions of ECT to be won, so you can get in there and become a whale. So try to do that. It's a good thing. And the other games are being worked on, and they're coming together, looking good. There's a lot of work. It's always a lot of work to do this stuff, but it's all good. So pay attention and follow Meme Asylum X on X, where all of the announcements happen, giveaways, all the rest of the fun stuff. So pay attention there. Okay, next we go to Dracaria. So go to dracaria.com, spelled with a K, and check out let's see what there is for new hatches. Okay, new hatch coming 14 hours away. Look at that. Scout. Man, it's pretty. I mean, it's a fire dragon in Earthland, I guess. Pretty cool. So anyway, lots of good stuff happening there. And there are a lot of giveaways coming. I'm supposed to generate some keys for giveaways today. So Jason, sorry, I'm getting that. I'll try to get that this morning. And let's see here. I think there are a couple of other things. We have withdrawals, hopefully will be coming soon. Achievements will be coming soon. And with achievements, so get in there and buy some spawned eggs. With the achievements, there will be immediately when that rolls out, there will be I guess you would call it an airdrop, but whatever you would call it, drachma rewards for achievement, key rewards for achievements. I can't remember how many the total was in the run that we did, but a lot of you will be pretty happy with the results and have a lot of good options with what to do. So that's coming. And then also right after that, we're going to try to get offers and auctions, and we'll try to not have such a long period of time before we get that deployed. But I do think that offers and auctions are going to be helpful for people understanding, what something is worth, because, if you list something, you have to think, well, I think it's worth this, but, somebody else doesn't, or worse, if you think it's not worth as much as you as it is, then somebody's going to get it way cheaper from you. So anyway, check it out and be ready for that. Let's see here. New third party development kicking off. You know about Meme Asylum. There are a few others as well. Talking to someone, I think next week, about another very interesting one. Very exciting. So make sure that you are following Dracaria World on X. That's Dracaria World for all those announcements and for the giveaways. Jason's doing riddles. I think we are going to do it's a prediction game coming up as well. So pay attention to that. We'll have some good giveaways for it, and it'll be great fun. And then if you go into the nav bar on dracaria.com, you can see that there's a merchandise link, and it will take you here, and you can buy mugs and t-shirts and all the good things that you should have from Dracaria World. And anyway, it's all there for you. So let's see here. We have, like I said, I'd already done a quick review, but there's the refresh. You have no more chances to get your vote in or your question in, but you can throw something into the YouTube comments, and I'll answer it after this. So let's see here. The refresh has happened. So William has a question. Can you tell us more how Eternal can generate revenue? Yeah. So There are a number of ways. The first way rolling out is going to be for people who want to store documents on chain. There will be a free option, very limited. There will be a few. I think there are 3 or 4 tiers. There's 3 tiers plus like kind of a high level premier tier there that is for special use, but one way or another, they're intended to be set up so that an individual could, you pay more, you get more, and you might not need as much as someone else, but you might want to support the project. And we're going to gear it heavily towards, in the end, like say archival and for legal or evidentiary use. People wanting to prove that something happened or to prove that this document is in this state at this time. And, because I think in the end that being able to show billions of dollars of proof for something you're trying to assert, whether it's in court, and I'm not a lawyer, or if it's to a regulator, or if it is to your landlord, or a business partner, that you can prove things that they can independently check. And we're going to have things like the ability to store docs, to store websites, to scrape and store websites, to store straight messages. There will be with paid accounts the ability to actually keep the data private. There will be archival tools, things that help. And by the way, the main issue that back in the day people would say, yeah, but what if Dragonchain goes away? What if Eternal goes away? If you store your data there and then you pull it down, you have all the proof that we ever had. And theoretically, and I hadn't even thought about it, but we'll probably make it so that you can, after the proof is attained and the backup is pulled, that you could manually or possibly automatically remove that data so that Eternal wouldn't have it anymore. So you just use it as a tool to prove that. And there are a couple of really interesting things that will help. I say Western Civ, but I would say civilization in general, to maintain proof of the information that is out there, like say of the great works and things like that. That we're going to use it in ways that hopefully will be seen as a tool for freedom fighters, for media, journalists, for people, for whistleblowers, right? So to prove this is, and essentially it can be for anything that would be that would need or find value in a proof of chain of custody. So you think about that. What was that? POCOC, right? So anyway, that'll be what we are pushing it for, and there will be ways to pay. And we are going to probably do, business sales, B2B as well. Hopefully we can find a good way to explain it to law firms. I've had some discussions, obviously, through the years with some of the law firms that we've had, and especially early on, they really didn't get it. But it's approaching the period where I think it's much easier for them to understand it, and it might just be us understanding how to explain it better. But it's also, just the current events coming up. It's helpful because people can see a reason for it. So really good stuff. Sorry, long answer, short question. Free press next. What needs to happen before community test nodes for the new protocol can be used, and what needs to happen for those conditions to be met? Okay, so primarily, I would say for the test nodes themselves, it is more than anything, we need more internal testing first, because if the issue is if we put it out too early, it's a lot more work and it costs a lot more for, and we might even lose some people that they are coming in because they want to help, but then once they put in the effort, they don't have the time to reset if there are changes. So we're trying to get to the point where we're confident enough that we won't have any, major version changes before we would roll out. Almost like we need a release candidate level deployment before we would do that. And literally time to set up the program. How do we communicate it? How do we get people rolled over quickly, or how do we decide how many we want to be testing? Right now, and I've said this, we're testing at the what has been known forever in Dragonchain land as the L1 nodes. They're going to be called the prime node now, and so the prime nodes are in test in a number of systems, both Dragonchain systems and third-party, customers. So right now we're testing that because that's kind of the obviously the fundamental functionality that we have to verify. And right now, all of the verification nodes are Dragonchain on the new network. So we will be. And there are some still, I believe, running on the old network of L1s, but I don't even know if we've switched over all of our systems to Prime or not. I'd have to check. We're doing it as we need to, and it's working well so far. And we've added since we started, we've added a number of new features to help both the business running the Prime node and the network itself. So there's some really cool stuff happening. And, a lot of that was even related to the payments tracking and stuff like that with Tricaria and Meme Asylum work. So really cool stuff. And as to conditions, let's see here, what needs to happen for those conditions to be met? I think that's it. We just need to, we need to continue and complete testing. I think once we roll out Eternal, that'll be a big piece of it, because once we roll out Eternal, we're going to want to get a bunch of the verification nodes in place just to speed it up, to further decentralize the first layer, or I say the first section of layers. So what would be the Dragonchain network native layer? Before it goes to the interchain verification. So we'll probably do it somewhere around there. And Eternal is very close to getting out. So, and by the way, you know what? I did not vote. I did not give my vote on that. Okay. Kip's Crypto deleted his post. All right, but maybe this is it. Will the Yanks win the World Cup? P.S. 24-hour launch pad is going to be amazing. Oh, yes. Okay, so this was important. So I have no idea if America will win the World Cup. I guess I would always just assume no, but I have no idea. And I've not watched any of them play at all. So, P.S. 24-hour launch pad is going to be amazing. So this is, how do I say, one of the upcoming changes. We have, let's see here, how many was it? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 changes coming up to the contract set and the system itself, all of which are geared toward improving what's already there in the vote mint cycles. I think we've already said this. I can say it, that we're going to go to a 7-day cycle. So it's going to be kind of crazy because, you might miss a vote because it's only a week, and worse, you might miss a mint. So be very careful about it. We're also going to change the time bonus. And the reasoning is, I'll give you a real quick rundown of this because it's very interesting to me. And I think this is a really amazing thing that we found, that the time bonus was originally intended to get you in there and vote as soon as possible. The problem with that was that sometimes, and I'm not, let's see here. I'm going to keep this as objective as possible, that we notice sometimes better memes aren't necessarily there on day one. So people who are waiting are at a disadvantage and voting for better memes later. And yet we didn't want to make it so that the very last day was there, because that might tend to get people where they would, miss the vote entirely. So because they're waiting and then, don't have time on that last day, don't think about it. So what we're doing is something where, and the details will be posted when it goes out. But effectively, out of 7 days, because we had to change it anyway, because it wasn't 14 days anymore. So out of 7 days, I think it's the third day is the most optimum day if you want a time bonus to vote, meaning you at least have almost half of the cycle available to get, a good meme in place. So I would imagine a lot of people will then put memes up early, and then on the best day possible, it will be you'll get your vote. So, or you'll get your bonus on the third day. So anyway, interesting stuff. The numbers will be there. It'll be really cool. But this 24-hour is the real launch side of it, where the Meme Asylum will allow you to come in and not have to go through the normal voting, the group therapy process, and you will have your own, one-on-one individual therapy where you can create your own meme and launch it. And the benefit that we have over other launch pads, is that what they call them, would be that I could put a meme out and immediately deploy it. So that's nice. I pay a fee, and then I put my meme up. I don't have to wait. I don't have to convince people to vote for my meme. I don't have to campaign for my meme. I don't have to hope that my meme wins. It's going to be there. And once it's there, anybody in the entire world of Meme Asylum anybody in the asylum can effectively mint my meme coin, right? Somebody might meme a ton of it. Maybe nobody does. But then after it is minted, you only have 24 hours. So it'll basically, some of the drivers are to keep people's eyeballs on it, because you will want to know if something obviously awesome comes out. And another driver is it completely changes the equation on the voting minting, because you're going to want to have some amount of dry powder there to attack, because if you've spent 50% of all of your ECT on the current vote, then in order to mint with the other half, now some amazing, obviously important meme comes along, and you're either going to have to get more ECT, or you're going to have to burn some old meme coins in order to get enough ECT to mint some of this new thing. So it should be really cool. And as of now, if we do this to keep things fair in the economic context, it will probably only allow a 1x for the minting of all meme coins. So even you who pay in, don't get a multiplier on it. You can mint it. But the reverse multiplier would be subject to all the regular rules, where when that meme is at its half of its supply, it goes to a 2x. At a quarter supply, it goes to 4x, so on, all the way to 32x. And importantly, there will be locked liquidity provided for free along with that. So essentially, you can put your meme coin up, mint your own, other people will mint theirs, but there will be liquidity created right away. So pretty cool, right? And it'll probably be based upon the level that your fee. There will be multiple tiers. That if you want something that's gigantic, it'll cost more because we have to put the ECT in and all that. So anyway, awesome stuff. And that hopefully we won't have to wait too long for that. That's very close. So anyway, that is all of the AMA. Let's see if we have any questions in the chat. We ought to. Let's see here. Got E. Okay, let's see here. Okay, all right. Yeah, William says U.S. will not win the World Cup. No way. I think that's probably right. Uzbekistan. I was saying, go Iran. I'm a fan of Iran right now. Sorry, just trying to troll people. But and then there's one team staying in our local town. There's some games in Kansas City. I heard they're all way overpriced to go see. And let's see here. France or Spain will win the cup. Maybe Portugal. Portugal. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no opinion on any of it. So not financial or gambling advice. Do your own research. There's nothing on Den for that, I guess, right? We should do something. Anyway, that's everything. Make sure, okay, every participant with a unique question will get lot from the Dragonchain lair. And multiple questions posted by the same denizens credited only for the top voted one. I reserve the right to revise and extend my remarks. And in closing, make sure you go get some Dragonchain merch, some cool merch at dragonchain.store. Make sure you watch us again next week on Super Happy Dragon Lucky, regular time. Watch the World Blockchain Roundtable today at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. That's about 26 minutes from now. Follow Dragonchain, Real Denizens, Dracaria World, Meme Asylum X, Jojo Bro on X, and Den.Social. That's everything. Thanks for joining us. And we will, I'll see you next week at least, right? Thank you.
America's not the government, people. The America is you. It is the Grand fucking Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the deserts of the Southwest, the Pacific fucking Ocean, the Atlantic fucking Ocean. It is the grandest continent. And what the fuck have you people done? You have turned yourself into sheep, every goddamn one of you.